Welcome to my channel. In this session, we will discuss ratio proportion variation concepts. Third part. In this session, we will be discussing variation concepts. Then we will apply these concepts and solve a few questions. Students, variation concepts is very important because the whole of time and work concepts depend on these variation concepts. Even a part of speed, time and distance questions, if you are good at variation concepts, you can answer easily there. Right? So what is variation? We will discuss with an example. Suppose if there are 20 men, they will complete the work in 60 days. If there are 10 men, how many days they take? Is it 30 days or 120 days? When people are less, they will take more time. When people become half, you require double the time, you require 120 days. If there are 40 people, 20 people can complete a job in 60 days. 40 people means people doubled, so the time will take only half, that is 30 days. What if there are 50 people? How many days they take? We'll discuss, we'll come back to that. Let me take one more example. Suppose if I buy 20 pencils, it will cost me 60 rupees. Now, if I have to buy 10 pencils, it will cost me how many rupees? For 20 pencils, if the amount is 60, for 10 pencils, less number of pencils you buy, it costs you less, so it will be 30 rupees. Or if I buy 40 pencils, yes, 20 pencils 60, 40 pencils will cost you 120. And if there are 50 pencils, yes, we can calculate. We'll come back to that. If you observe these two examples, here in this example, when number of pencils is coming down, their total cost is also coming down. When the number of pencils increasing, the total cost is also increasing. In other words, a decrease in one item makes a corresponding decrease in the other item, or an increase in one variable makes a corresponding increase in the other variable. Here, these two are in direct variation. They are in direct variation, or we say they vary directly. Whereas here, if one decreases, other increases. When one increases, other decreases, because they are changing inversely, we say they are in inverse variation. A decrease in one item makes a corresponding increase in the other item. An increase in one item makes a corresponding decrease in the other item. Fine. So now, if you observe these two numbers, 20 and 60, 20 into 60 is 1200, or 10 into 120 is 1200, or 40 into 30 is also 1200. So here the product has been constant. What about here? Is the product constant? No. 20 into 60, 1200, 10 into 30, 300. The product is not constant. Then what is constant? If you observe keenly, 20 by 60 is 1 by 3, 10 by 30 is 1 by 3, 40 by 120, it is 1 by 3. So the ratio is constant. So what we can say is, if two variables are in direct variation, the ratio of the two variables is constant, whereas here the product is constant. Product is constant in inverse variation. So when I ask you 20 pencils cost 60 rupees, 50 pencils cost how much means, we can say 20 by 60 equals to 50 by x. If I simplify, 23 is x equals to 150. Here, 20 men will complete a work in 60 days, 50 men will complete in how many days means, number of men and days are in inverse relation, so the product has to be constant. So we say 20 into 60 equals to 50 into, let us say, x. We have to find out this. I am assuming x. You can see 0, 0, 5 ones, 5 fours. We can say it is 24 days. So same numbers, you can see one case we are getting 150 answer, another case we are 24 days, because the context is completely different. This one is, the first one is a context or a question of direct variation, whereas the second one is a question of inverse variation. Right? So whatever we have discussed with the example, if I have to summarize it, what we can say is, if A varies directly with B, A by B is constant. That means first time A by B value, as you can see, first time a by b value, second time a by b value is same. So a1 by b1 equals to a2 by b2. Or if a varies inversely with b, 1 by b I am writing just to say inversely, the product is constant. That means first time the product and second time the product is same. If a varies directly with b, a by b is constant. We can say a1 by b1 equals to a2 by b2. If a varies inversely with b, then a into b is constant, or we can say a1 b1 equals to a2 b2. Here I can also write this as, if a2 goes this side, a1 by a2 will be equal to b1 comes right hand side, b1 by b2. Whereas here if you see the same thing, if I write it, a2 goes other side, a1 by a2 equals to b1 comes this side, b2 by b1. a1 by a2 equals to b2 by b1 because it is an example of inverse variation. They vary inversely here. Here they vary directly. Right? So now, if there are more than two variables, how do we answer it? Let us see. If there are three variables a, b, c, if a varies directly with b, a varies inversely with c. If a varies directly with b, we discussed a by b has to be constant. If a varies inversely with c, a into c has to be constant, means finally a into c by b is constant. Like this, we can extend the rule for any number of variables. AC by b is constant, means first time a1 c1 by b1 equals to a2 c2 by b2. Let me take a case of typical time and work questions. In a typical time and work question, we'll have number of men, number of days they are working, hours per day they work, and work they do. These are the four variables more often we get in a typical time and work question. Now if I take men as constant and compare with each another variable, how men and days are related? More men they take less days, less men they take more days. It is inverse relation. M varies inversely with d. 1 by d I am writing means it's inverse relation. Hence what is constant? Product is constant, M into d. Men and hours per day. More men, you have to work less hours a day. Less people, you have to work more hours per day. So again it is inverse relation. Men and hours also is inverse relation. See, basically days or hours is a unit of time. So time, people and time are inverse related. More people you take less time, less people you take more time. So inverse relation means again M into H or M by H. Inverse means product, M into H. Men and work if you do, more people, the total output will be more. So they will do more work. Less people, they will do less work. It is direct relation. Men and work are direct related, means direct relation means ratio is constant. So by W is constant. In other words, we write it as M1 D1 H1 by W1 equals to M2 D2 H2 by W2. You can see here. And you refer to any source of material that is available for time and work, you will find it as if it is a formula. This is not basically a formula, it is extension of variation concept, where direct variation we are saying ratio constant, inverse variation product constant, right? Now these are the basic concepts of variation. We'll use these concepts and solve few questions there. First one, a varies as the square of b. When a is 12, b is 16. What is a when b is 9? A varies as the square of b. When I say as the square of b, unless I use the word inverse, it is assumed it's direct variation only. A varies as the square of b means a by b square is constant because it is direct variation. Or in other words, a1 by b1 square equals to a2 by b2 square. What is a first time? 12. What is b1? b is 6 means b1 square. So 6 into 6 equals to, second time I have to find a. What is b? 9. 9 square, 9 into 9. You can see 6 2s, 2 3s, 3 1s, 3 3s. If I simplify, I get a equals to 27. Right? A simple question. Let's take up one more. A varies inversely with the cube of b. When a is 12, b is 4. Find the value of a when b is 6. A varies inversely means 1 by with cube of b, b cube. Inverse variation means product is constant, means a into b cube has to be constant. That means first time ab cube value, second time ab cube value should be same. Now here when a is 12, b is 4 means you can write 4 cube. Second time I have to find a when b is 6 means 6 cube. If you simplify 12 into 64 equals to a into 216, 12 ones, 12 18s. We can say that it is 2 9s to 32s. So we can say a equals to 32 by 9. Right? So like this we can directly use concept of variation. Let's take up one more. 20 men working 8 hours a day for 30 days dig a canal of 14,400 meters. 25 men working 10 hours a day for 24 days will dig a canal of how many meters? So we just discussed M1 D1 H1 by W1 equals to M2 D2 H2 by W2. We don't have to, again, I've just explained you how this has come. So we'll straight away take it as formula and answer it. First case, 20 men. They're working for 30 days, working 8 hours a day. How much work they do? They do 14,400 meters of canal. Second case, 25 men. How many days? 24 days. Working how many hours a day? 10 hours a day. Will dig a canal of how many meters means how much work they can do. We have to find this. Matter of calculation, you can see here 1 0, 1 0 gets cancelled. 3 8s, 24, 24 gets cancelled. I can say 5 4s, 5 5s, 4 3600. If I cross multiply, W2 is equal to 5 into 3600 is 18,000. So 18,000 meters is what they can do. Right? Okay, let's take up one more. The value of a precious stone varies as the square of its weight. It is broken into 3 pieces whose weights are in the ratio 2:3:5. If its original value is 10,000, find the loss due to breakage, a standard examination question. Now here, value of a precious stone varies with the square of its weight. So W square, or I can say V by W square is constant, or I can say V is equal to K into W square. Now, the original stone was broken into 3 pieces whose weights are in the ratio 2:3:5 means let the weights of these 3 pieces be 2x, 3x and 5x. After it is broken, the 3 pieces weights are 2x and 3x and 5x. The weight of the stone before it was broken is, all these 3 pieces is one stone only, right? So 2x plus 3x plus 5x, it is 10x. So the value before it is broken, the value is k into w square. W is 10x. 10x whole square, it will be 100x square into k. It is 100kx square. This is the value before it is broken. The value of the pieces after it is broken is, we have to take the first piece value. Its weight is 2x means value will be k into w square. K into 2x whole square, 4kx square. Now value of the second piece will be V2 equals to k into 3x whole square. It will be 9x square into k, 9kx square. Value of the third piece will be k into 5x square, because it's k into w square is the value. It is 25kx square means the total value of these 3 pieces after it is broken will be V1 plus V2 plus V3 is 4 plus 9 plus 25, that is 38kx square means original before it was broken 100kx square, now it is 38kx square means the loss equals to 100kx square minus 38kx square. So 62kx square is the loss, but we need to know kx square value. We know that the original value is 10,000, but what is the original value means before it was broken. Before it was broken, the value was 100kx square. If 100kx square equals to 10,000, you can see 2 zeros, you can cancel both sides. Kx square is 100. Now the loss equals to, we said 62kx square. It is 62 into 100. 6,200 is the loss due to the breakage, right? So these are few questions on variation concepts, and students, for more on ratio, proportion, variation, and the extension of these concepts are, as I said, are used in time and work. Please reach my profile on Udemy. The link is given below, where you find a course on time and work or work rate, where you find all the concepts of ratio, proportion, variation, and also all the concepts of time and work. Thank you.